Hey guys, it's Christy from Jeffcoat Art, and this video is for April's Color Synesthesia project. And my friend Reese had picked the word endless. So while you watch, I am going to read a little bit about acrylic pouring, and it's from a book called Paint Pouring, Mastering Fluid Art by Rick Cheadle. If you're interested in learning how to do this, I would definitely recommend buying this book. So, a basic technique is a dirty pour, which is what I'm doing in this. And he writes, layers of paints poured on top of one another in the same cup makes a dirty pour cup. I try always to include white in every pour, usually beginning my paint layering in the dirty pour cup with zinc or titanium white. I do this because white is the heaviest paint, and it sinks to the bottom once the cup has been flipped onto the canvas. This causes many interesting effects, including lacing, webbing, and the creation of cells. Familiarizing yourself with paint transparency and opacity, which one, I don't know, is helpful when deciding on what order to pour your paints into the dirty pour cup. So, creating the dirty pour, and again, this is from Paint Pouring, Mastering Fluid Art by Rick Cheadle. As previously stated, begin with white paint. Pour in an ounce or so to cover the bottom of the cup. Then spray or drip your additive of choice. Once you've done that, start adding layers of color. I usually pour 2 to 3 colors, then add more white paint, more additive, more colors, and so on. I do things randomly and often experiment, so keep in mind that there is no rhyme or reason for the order I pour paints into the cup. I average around 5 to 7 squirts or drops of additive per 9-ounce dirty pour cup. For reference, a full 9-ounce dirty pour cup will generally cover a 15 by 15 inch canvas, depending on the thickness of your paint. If your canvas is smaller or larger, adjust your dirty pour paint volume accordingly. After filling your cup with all the layers of paint, stir the dirty pour cup very little, if at all. If you decide to stir, make sure not to overdo it, because you want to maintain the separation of colors and avoid creating muddy colors. So true. Once you have all your colors layered in a cup, pour onto the substrate of your choice. Substrate meaning canvas, easy flow panel, whatever else you're pouring on. At this point, you can move and tilt the canvas to manipulate the paints. Tipping the canvas allows paint to cover the whole surface, or nearly all of it, letting excess paint run over the edges. This method gives the artwork a flowing appearance, which is very popular with many artists. There are numerous ways to manipulate the paint and create more design elements like scraping, swiping, and skimming, which I will cover later in this chapter. Once the canvas is covered, touch up all the sides with the paint runoff. When you have complete coverage and are happy with the composition of the painting, introduce heat by using a chef's torch or a heat gun. The heat is what helps generate cellular activity in the work. The oils from the additives react with the heat and create cells. To reiterate, always use caution when heating up your art and never heat alcohol. So, that's from Rick Cheadle's Paint Pouring, Mastering Fluid Art. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And of course, the coolest part of this pour was not caught on camera. I used a straw to blow these images into the piece. So thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Happy creating.